it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
All right. Before we go further now, put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. The name is Law Nation. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Yep. And as the room fill up, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, share this content. Let somebody know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Appreciate y'all. I'm only human, man. Emotions high. I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm trying. And we're gonna get things going the best way possible. As I say, I talk on these shows to also help me out. I got nobody here in Dallas to talk to. It's just me. So all my brothers are away. So they at work, and I created a mindset to talk Cowboys, to get things off my chest, and also to get passionate about things. So, and I am a highly high-tempered guy because I want perfection. I've extreme perfection, and that's why everything got to move a certain way. But it was neither here nor there. The day going to keep moving, right? And I can hear Mama right now. Boy, you better get your butt back out there on the stream. And she was a evangelist, and you get her hot, she probably do the same things. She probably do the same things. But neither here nor there. As you guys can see in the photo behind me is a lovely picture of Mom's, and as she probably watching above, point her finger like, boy, you better get your butt back out there. I told you, I'll snatch a knot in you. You always gave me a little problems here, boy. You better get back out there. Don't you give up. And we would have gave up 7,000 when we hit 7,000 subscribers. Who remember that? I was like, man, I'm finna give up on this thing. And she picked up the phone and said, boy, you better get your butt out there and do your thing. You know I feel you, you know. And I love you and all of that good stuff. So people handles emotions a different way, right, Cowboy Nation? And speaking of that, let's get into so let me not jump into the show so quickly like I did last time, right? Because y'all can tell. Y'all like, man, Law's on the edge right here, man. That boy got the cussing and streaming and hollering. All right, but you guys can check that video out on the members only. I moved that to the members only. And if you are under the age of 18 and you was hearing that, you know, those are passionate words, not cuss words, right? But neither here nor there. I appreciate y'all for understanding all of this, that I'm using y'all and y'all using me to cope with life in general. But I found some audio of Demarcus Ware, and he was talking. And let me see if I can play this audio and give you guys my feedback on it while I was doing my count to 10 moments of trying to get my mind together.
How difficult do you think it is to try and change a culture like Dallas? Because we all know who's at the top and who's calling the shots. And that seems like that if anything's going to change, that's where it needs to go. But
put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear
Unlucky $10.
that audio.
Law Nation saluting face.
Appreciate you, Unlucky. They say it's better to be lucky than good, but then you unlucky, so I don't know no quote for that, but I appreciate you. Now, their audio is a little statically, but we gonna muscle through this portion, and this is 13-10 the ticket. They're talking to Demarcus Ware. My thought tracks, we let go Ware a little too soon. We let him go after the 2013 season. 2014, I think that if we had one more person to give pressure to Aaron Rodgers, the man had one leg, although Dez caught it. If we had one other soul that can create pressure to Aaron Rodgers in 2014, it would have been crazy good for us. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to it.
Someone else underneath trying to do it. Is that a difficult thing to do, or do you think it can be done to where they can go back to start winning meaningful games?
I think a guy like, Schottenheimer coming in and reminding Jerry what's the most important thing to him, and that's his family. That's the reason why he...
Let the AI speak on. Appreciate
Charles, $10. Allah, we got you. And I am not going to ever let you give up. I'll call you and give you some wisdom to get your butt back on here.
No doubt. Mama Charles, no doubt. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get it.
Started the Dallas Cowboys. He wanted to work with his family. So sometimes you need reminders and somebody that's underneath you to say, hey, let's try this, and hit a little button in you that will sort of get that fire going again in you to say, all right, here's how it needs to be done. We've done it like this for a long time, and now the guy at the top that's pushing all the buttons, it trickles all the way down through everybody because you have no choice. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, because it makes them feel good too.
So you look at this team, of course, we'll be out at camp in about 6 weeks or so as they get ready for this. What do you make of this version of the Dallas Cowboys, new coaching staff? They've obviously swapped out some of the stalwarts, like you mentioned, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, of course, who retired this offseason. And it feels like it's Dak's team on offense and it's Micah's team on defense, but a lot of young guys that still need to show up.
I think that gives, like you were just saying, a lot of young guys that need to show up. The way that they drafted young, but they drafted in a way to where the missing pieces they drafted, it wasn't a high-end, okay, we got all the great wide receivers, great running backs. We went and got the ground and pound game back. Great offensive linemen. We got them first. I think that's where it's going to start at. And when the offensive line's playing well, the defensive linemen's playing well, because they got to play against each other, right? So get back to the run game. So I think that's what they did this year. And then also they got Pickens, to help with CD, and they got a lot of defensive guys. So if you got a top-tier guy like Micah, and you get a whole bunch of guys that can be underneath them that are hungry, eventually those guys are going to establish their names and who they are and what they do. And I think it's a perfect blueprint, because the best offense is if you can run that football and move the chains, and the defense is not out there.
Man, did y'all hear that? He's stating, and this is Demarcus Ware on 1310 the ticket. Shout out to them. He said the best offense is and this helped the defense out if you can run the ball and move the chain. Two things I've been asking for, and I think everything can work out right for the Cowboys, would be, can we run the ball and can we stop the run, right? And when you're running the ball, right, that means time of possession. That also embodies the fact that if you are controlling time of possession, you are stopping the other team from running the ball, right? It fits right on in with both sides, right? You can't have one without the other. And now that I'm hearing it echoed from Demarcus Ware or D Ware, number 94, it's a situation and scenario that is a good thing for us.
And then when the defense gets out there, you get them young bucks that can really rush the passer and create some awesome plays. And I think they're on the right way. They're doing it the right way.
Hall of Famer Demarcus Ware here with us for a few more minutes on the invasion. Now, the ultimate goal of everyone playing this game at this level is to win a championship. And you did that. And I want to know, one time you and I did a athletic forum together, and I asked you this, and I want to ask you again on the air, because you won a championship. How disappointed were you that it wasn't with the Dallas Cowboys?
I was very disappointed, because you start your whole career here, and I thought that I was going to have my whole career here with the Dallas Cowboys, but, I got released. And, thank you to Jerry, who released me, because he couldn't pay me at the time, but he told me, hey, if if I release you, you can't play for any NFC East team.
Oh, is that the
Can
stipulation?
You promise me that.
Right.
And I said, I got you on that. But he was like, you have emptied the bucket for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm not going to hold you to the end of free agency so you don't get the money that you deserve. And that was big for me, a guy like Jerry doing that, saying that. And a lot of fans don't know that. But, I mean, just to that point, being able to go and win championships and win it the way that I did, I know that the Dallas Cowboys could have done that when I was there.
Man, boy, how often do we get into this particular situation where we misuse funds and then not able to pay a certain player? They go off and they go to another team and they elevate that said team. I think that when D. Ware was released, I think Von Miller was just now getting his legs going, and it was such a pivotal point to have someone. Shout out to you, James. Thank you so much for the Cash App sending over here love and adulation. Appreciate you, James. But how often do we hear storylines of the Cowboys not able or eligible to pay a certain player, right? And it comes back to bite us. And I'm not beating up this team far as releasing D. Ware, but what I'm getting at is that we released him at the wrong time because all we needed in 2014, of course, we needed DeMarco Murray not to fumble that ball, and we needed Chris, what was the guy's name? I forgot his name, the kicker who really, really rarely, Chris, I think it's Bailey or something. He rarely missed kicks, and he missed the kick in that playoff game. And then we all know Dez caught it, right? But all I can remember also within the confines of that game is that Aaron freaking Rodgers had one leg. The man literally had one leg, and he was still able to sit back and throw the ball. To the receivers there, and it's crazy. So what I'm getting at is that Dan Bailey, not Chris Bailey, but Dan Bailey, appreciate you, Ace Boogie, appreciate you. And he missed a kick in that game. I think he did. Y'all let me know if he didn't. My memory served me correct. But neither here nor there. Acquisitions of good players being in our way of us losing them. So I just wish we can just do like this, Thanos snap it, keep D. Ware for one more year or somehow multiple years, right? And let him go on the run with us opposed to him going over there to the Denver land and winning a Super Bowl with them ultimately. And the other thing, whereas we got into conversations with DeMarco Murray, we finally utilized him in 2014, and then we said, hey, we're not going to pay him his money, his coins, and ended up the following year putting a guy on the team that wore 21, I believe his name is Joseph Randall, who stole colognes and draws, right? And talking about meat on the bone, and he whiffed on a block and hurt your quarterback, and he was out for the remainder of the season and try to fight to get back. So those are things that we kind of like, hey, it's hard to put the toothpaste back into the tube, but I wish that we were to change some of those we can't pay philosophies and approach and at least get something back in return. Right?
But it was like that little thing that was missing. And you guys said it, and it was that family aspect. The family aspect, when things get really hard, when you start getting close into the playoffs, your wife says, hey, go ahead and go over there and play. Your friends are like, nope, we're going to close the doors and it's just going to be us. Shut the media out. And that's the reason why we won, because we were able to hyper-focus in those high times instead of when it gets high, all the media and everything starts to get even bigger with the Cowboys.
That's really hard to do here.
It is, very. Yeah. But you're going to have to. And if everybody's on board, everybody else has no choice.
That's interesting you say that, because everyone says that the one thing Jerry really wants is to be talked about, whether it's good or bad. As long as the Cowboys are on the tip of the tongue, he's happy with that. So if you're saying you have to kind of shut it out,
you have to shut it off. You have to shut it off, and the media needs to understand it, because at the time it's like we just need to focus right now. Instead of having 4 days of media, we're gonna do what we need to do for 4 days, and we're gonna give you that Friday. And it's going to be a Friday media extravaganza, like type deal, the way you like. Okay? All right. You give it to me. We're good. So you can focus on what needs to happen. Yeah. And I've seen that many a times to where sometimes you just got to close the doors for a second.
Close the doors.
Reevaluate, and then open them back up to the media at the time because they're going to have the questions. That's great. But you're able to focus at the time.
How close have you come to working with a team in a coaching type of aspect?
First, it was Denver. I went up there and I was a pass rush specialist, and then I was with the Cowboys 2 years ago. I was almost doing some coaching with them, some linebacker coaching, and I was like, D, like, you got a 3-year-old, your 14-year-old, and a 17-year-old daughter. You gotta like hold your horses for a little bit, let them get a little bit further out of the nest, and then reevaluate that.
Is that something that you're passionate about, that you want to work? Because it seems like you enjoy mentoring.
I do, all day. I mean, any of those dudes, they know. They know when they come to me, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and we're going to do it the right way. And there's only one way. And when I get an opportunity to do that, we'll be talking again about that.
I know you're not playing today, but how's the golf game?
Great.
That's Demarcus Ware, y'all, for those who don't know, Super Bowl champ, Hall of Famer. And he claims more of the Cowboys side than the Denver side. But, he's been embarrassed. He's been embarrassed by our Cowboys because there wasn't a centennial game in 2021, or it could have been 2022, whereas he was like, it was Cowboys versus Denver. I think it was 2021. And some people were saying that was the blueprint game. And he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed at the fact that he was in the building and a third of the Cowboys was leaving the building, and he made a post about it. But that is D Ware and his thoughts of the culture and how all of this can be changing. And one thing that I can say is that this right here can change if the Cowboys look at it from this aspect of it, Cowboy Nation. One step, 1% rule. Get 1% better, and everything will work its way out. And not D-Ware, but this is another legend who may be gold jacket within the next 5 years, and he's trying to let this guy or make this guy become 1% better, and that is Tyron Smith working with Tyler Guyton. Now, ironically speaking, Tyler Guyton was drafted the year after Tyron Smith was let go or what have you, and he went to the Jets. So technically, he's supposed to be Tyron Smith replacement, Tyler Guyton, the trick on the T's. But what I'm getting at is that these guys are far as from east to west or light years away from each other. But what I do like about this illustration for the nation is the simple fact that you got Tyron Smith teaching Tyler Guyton where to put his hands, how you can get those placements in the right and proper technique. This right here can pay a lot for the Cowboys off in a good way, not a bad way. And these are the things that we look for unifying. We can look for these type of things as it relates to, hey, we are the team that people still admire, and there's no sully or denigrations or excoriations from Tyron Smith of being let go, going to the Jets. He's coming back to the nation to help and give back to Tyler Guyton. So this is a good win-win for us, Cowboy Nation. I would love for this to happen continuously throughout the offseason and as well as through the season, is because if this is a situation that if Tyler Guyton can be 10% better than what he was last year or 20%, we are in a better situation, believe it or not. So just pay attention to that. That is ultimately good news. But speaking of good news in general, now this could just be fun, and it's just us showing how the Cowboys could be just looking at this all together of continuity and building rapport. I want to say that if you're having fun, if you're making fun and making light out of a lot of good things that's in a dark tunnel, right? That you are still looking at this as a situation that all of a sudden, if we are on the same page, nothing can get in the way. Nothing is impossible for us to make something happen. And I'm going to talk about Micah Parsons to this degree. He prank phone called a few of his contemporaries, right? And they are appearing to have a great time with the prank calls. And we're going to, as the audio load up, we're going to talk about the ability to have fun at your job. And one of the people that he called first was Osa. Let's listen to this one, though. Let's listen to Osa.
Yo, bro.
What's good?
I just called to say goodnight.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I seen the video.
I love you, bro. I love you.
Videos, bro.
Hey, good night, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But, you know, as funny as this may be, man, laughter is the growth of the heart right here. And I can say that this is a situation and scenario that the Cowboys are able to do. This is a good thing, Cowboy Nation. And one of the funnier ones is, let me load up the Trayvon Diggs one, and then we put the coach one up. You know, Trayvon Diggs is probably one of my funnier ones, too.
What's up, bro?
I just called to say goodnight, bro.
You on your TikTok shit?
Nah, bro, I just love you so much, and I was just thinking about you.
I love you too, bro.
Yeah, good night, man. Sleep well. Kiss the babies.
You too.
That is beyond funny. But what really got the traction going was when he called Coach Schottenheimer. Now Schottenheimer is out here teaching these guys how to dance and doing all other things. It's funny because the Greek thing that they did, but let's listen to him right here though before I play the other one. But let's listen to this.
What up, buddy?
What up, Coach?
What you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say goodnight.
Okay. I love that, bro. What's going on? You all good?
Hell yeah. You know, I mean, I just feel like, you know, as player to coach, just checking in on you, mental, say goodnight. Hope fans well. See you Monday. You know, excited about next week. Just a good night.
Well, good, man. Well, hey, look, I know this is weird for everybody, man, but look, you're handling everything the right way, bro. And this thing's going to get worked out. And, again, I'm thrilled to see where we take this thing, man. We're building something special, and you're going to be a huge part of it, bro.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, Schotty. Take a Schotty from me when you got a chance, man.
Hey, I'm drinking a Schotty right now, man. Get ready to hit it and turn it for the night, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man, for real. And I look forward to seeing you Monday, and it's going to be a great week.
Hell yeah. See you soon, Coach.
So with that being said, you remember where I had this grading system with Schotty, and I said, okay, I'm giving him a 5.5, and then as the off season progressed, then it would determine whether or not his grade goes up or down or up. And I'm looking at it from this aspect of it, is that I got to give him at least a 6.5 now. I got to give Schotty a 6.5 because there's no way on this earth or this side or on this side of Texas, basically, that you would have got the same response from Mike McCarthy, just like anything, right? Or from the previous coach from him. How you doing, guys? Jason Garrett. There's no way. Hey, somebody need to prank phone call Jason Garrett and see what he would say. Yeah, somebody need to do that because at the end of the day, you know, or somebody need to go get Jerry and them, you know. Yeah, Jason Garrett. Hello. Good morning. Jason Garrett. Good morning. Somebody call him and say, hey, I'm just calling you to say good morning. Do the inverse of it. You know, Cowboy Nation. Brandy states that she loves Schotty. Appreciate you, Brandy. Thank you so much for jumping in. And shout out to you, Sadiq Charles, again. You got the poet. The fact that they are all answer the phone. Yeah. That is 1,000% factual. This other news that we like to talk about at this point in time will be, where should we go if we are looking at to improve this team? because on one end we can talk about culture, we can talk about this and that, but there is storylines of Jalen Ramsey still available. Do you guys still think that it should be to answer the call for the trading situation for Jalen Ramsey, or you can wait? Because I think that if nobody is willing to trade with Miami Dolphins for Jalen Ramsey, I think that the Dolphins, if we can be patient enough, they're going to do the same thing that the Green Bay Packers just did with Jair Alexander. And the Jair Alexander conversational pool is just that, is that we know we need help. We know we need things to propel this team. But at the end of the day, whenever someone is released and they are of some type of significant value, people still bring them up. And I know I cut it off on the other show, so let me just bring this back in for context, and let me play this real quick.
I don't even want to say a gift that has fallen in their lap, but this is an opportunity to explore. And for all we know, they are exploring it. For all we know, the Cowboys are considering this, and they should be. They should be seriously considering Jair Alexander, because he's a player who plays a position that is of some relative concern, of some relative need. If you asked me right now for the position group in which I carry the most questions, I talked about at the beginning, it's the cornerback group, and it could be fine. It could be fine. I would just rather not depend on that. Now, I recognize interjecting Jair Alexander is adding another what-if proposition, but if you have 10 what-ifs, you're more likely to hit on something than if you have 3 what-ifs, right?
Yeah, so the rationale of it, and shout out to RJ Ochoa. Be sure to check out his page, follow him, blogging the boys. He don't do a good job over there. They do a great job. Be sure to check them out. All right, I want to expound upon just that part right here. It's better to have it than not need it, than to need it and not have it. Who understands that, in the chat? It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, regardless of whether or not it is Alexander, Ramsey, or if it's to a degree of Jalen Mills. Someone called in the other day. Shout out to you, J Business. Thank you for the cash app of 10. Thank you. Somebody called in and said, hey, we ought to go get Rasul Douglas. I forgot his name. Any of those guys that I just mentioned, I would prefer them over Andre Booth. And I'm not trying to beat up Andre Booth, but Andre Booth got every opportunity to come back, showcase to the world that we were wrong. But at the end of the day, I believe that if you have enough darts and you throw it at the target, one of them gonna hit it, right? So that's what he's saying, RJ Ochoa, is that, hey, if we have enough darts at this thing, just throw them. One of them gonna hit. Handful of rocks. He said he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Well, if you got a handful of rocks, that strengthens your chances of it, So yeah, so that's how I'm looking at it. Regardless of it, bring somebody in that can help alleviate some of the things that we may be exhibiting and exuding here as it relates to the Cowboys. And Gilly, I will stand on business for him too, Cowboy Nation. So that's how I'm looking at it. Bring somebody in to help alleviate those things. All right. And in other news here, Cowboy Nation, I get it. We all want what's best for this team. And I'm reading some of you guys saying defensive tackles versus a cornerback. Defensive tackle, a veteran at that, is an easier transition to add to this team opposed to a safety or a cornerback, a wide receiver, those skill positionings. Because these fat boys, they don't need work anyway around this time. You need more time to develop Mazi, Jay Toya, Denzel Daxon, who else? Ernest Brown, who we haven't seen yet. He may give us something. Tommy, the rookie that we drafted, I forgot his last name, a King or something. It's easier to transition over a defensive tackle opposed to getting a cornerback. A cornerback got a strenuous strenuous job to do, especially if they going up against CeeDee Lamb, if they going up against Pickens, if they're going up against the wide receivers and beyond that we have here. But if you go out there and wait for a veteran defensive tackle, which I believe someone is going to cut a veteran defensive tackle on their team to make room for cap space because they like said rookie that they draft or something like that. So let me go to over the cap. Let me go to over the cap right quick. Y'all bear with me. And I appreciate y'all. I feel a whole lot better already just by talking to y'all. Y'all saving lives over here. Y'all just don't even know. Appreciate y'all. But we do need both, Robert. We do need cornerback and defensive tackle. I do agree with that notion there. Let me see if I can zoom this in just a little bit so y'all can see. All right, Patriots got a lot of money. Niners got a lot of money. How in the hell they get a lot of money? $46 million. They just paid the quarterback. You know how they get all of this money? The Lions got a lot of money. Jets got a lot of money. But I'm looking at these teams at the bottom end. They're struggling right now. Bills, Giants, Falcons, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bears, Broncos, Texans, Browns, Vikings. They may look into this situation and say, you know what? We're going to figure out a way, Cowboy Nation, to release some guys so they can pay somebody else, right? And when they do release one of their veteran defensive tackles or something like that, we need to be right in board or right in line talking about, we got $32 million to spend, and we are willing to spend it for somebody to help X, Y, and Z out. Appreciate you so much, AJ, man. Thank you so much for your support on the Cash App, man. I really appreciate you so much, man, for the $50 Cash App, man. That means a lot, man.
Take the money out!
Appreciate
all
you.
of it! Come on!
Speaking of Cash Apps, the Cowboys can literally cash right on in. Cut out both positions. We need corner more. Yeah, I mean, if you're really looking at it, and I want to give you credit for this, the Cooper fam, yeah, cut it out. We need help at both positions. Appreciate you, AJ. Yeah, thank you so much, man, for your support. Thank you on the Facebook app, AJ. I just got your the Cash App, and I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. And Jason 305, what's up, man? Appreciate you. And he states for $199 for your mind. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support as well.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
Thank y'all, man. Go get them. Go get me. This is Battle. He says Zaire, Gilly, and an effing one tech law they playing. Yeah, so what I'm getting at, I truly believe that the Cowboys are going to look at the one text that we have here. This is just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. They're going to look at the one text that they have now. They're not going to rock the boat to bring in a veteran one tech now because he would take away reps from the guy that they are trying to really look at is Mazi. I get it, right? Mazi can't bust through a wet paper bag. Mazi got a lot of things that he got to prove. He's third defensive coordinator in 3 years. Nobody cares about that. Remember, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? We got enough money, $32 million. That's a lot of money. We are right up there. We in the middle of it. Me and, well, not me, but us and the Eagles got the same amount of money. So we should be fine, about doing this. But what I'm going to get at one more time is I'm going to drive home to the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, when you look at this bigger picture, the biggest picture that you can see, I think that before the season kickoff, and let me see if I can get this going. I'm going to PFF, and we're going to go to, okay, I got to sign in. Give me 1 second here. Got to do up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start, right? Let me see if I can sign in. That's the passcode. Yep, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start, and it should get me there. Boom, it got me there. Okay, it got me there. And, oops, I said my password out loud. So don't y'all come get me now, all right? We got a super chat from Doomsday 4.0. We're going to let the AI speak upon this one. Appreciate you.
Doomsday $4.05. I'd love Alexander. Go get Ramsey too, but get some vet 1 tech. What we have isn't going to cut it. Prayers for you. Sorry for your loss.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Doomsday 4.0. I really appreciate you so much for your support and your love, man. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, all right, we're looking at this. And I'm going to do none. Oh, let me do none. Okay. So we can see this. And you might have to squint your eyes, man. It's very small. It's tiny over here. All right. So we got Parsons, Smith, Osa Adigi Azua, Sam Williams, and that can be versatile. That could be Donovan Ezaraku. That could be, to a degree, Dante Fowler, whoever it may be. I think that the Cowboys, if this doesn't check out, if this crown doesn't fit, I think that what they're going to do is that before the start of the Philadelphia Eagles week, that they will bring in a defensive tackle. But before they do that, they got to at least put their hands. They got to at least put their hands on Mazi Smith to see whether or not they can elevate his game. Now, he's strong as an ox. He got strength. He got 2 issues that I don't know if he can fix this, but we got to give the kid a little grace and mercy. The 2 issues that he got is that, 1, is his get off is slow. 2, at times he play with too high of a pad level. Can you fix those things? I think you can fix the pad levels. I think the get off thing is quick twitches. That's something that he probably just born with, just a slower body. But we got to improve, if we can just improve it from a fraction of a second, get his get off, have his landing marks, and tell him not to focus on this coaching, but focus on what we like to do, then I think something can work his way out. The only way we can see that improvement would be from the likes of Aaron Whitecotton to really tell us the truth about him. And if he say to us, hey, Coach, Matt Eberflus, I've been working with this kid for 5 weeks straight. I've been working with him, and he still have the cardinal sins. He's too high for his releases. His jabs are improper. His get off, his burst is not accurate, it's not consistent enough. He's no good. We would have to have truth with ourselves about Mazi Smith at that point. And the coach can't be lying to kicking it. He would have to be the ultimate person that works with Mazi and say, hey, he's no good. Can you pick up the phone, Jerry, and call X, Y, and Z? But before we do that, Cowboy Nation, we at least Cowboys got to allow Aaron Whitecotton to see what he got out of Mazi. This is something that he can't correct within a week. He can't correct this within 2 weeks. It's going to take some time, and that time is going to happen this offseason. But I get it. Now, the DBs on the other side, I haven't seen a DB going into his 4th or 5th year all of a sudden catch on and say, yeah, I'm good, right? It's a different story. With DBs, it's a different story. Defensive backs, we know what we got out of Andre Booth. There's no way for me to sit back and tell y'all, hey, man, let's wait a little bit longer. AB is going to be okay. Yeah, AB is going to be okay. No. It doesn't take that long for us to consider whether or not he's good or bad, right? And Kyrie Elam, we know that we've been hearing praises of him, right? We know what we got out of Bland. We know what we can get out of, to a degree, Josh Butler when healthy. Troy Pride, I ain't talking about the month. So we got all of this stuff that we can look at DB room, and we can already consider, hey, man, let's go ahead and just bring in somebody, man. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. Let me know if I'm wrong with my rationale, Cowboy Nation. And I appreciate y'all so much for brightening up my day. Speaking of culture involving with everything, I just want to shoot back over to my guy, Schottenheimer.
Feels good out here.
Yeah.
Go, baby. Have a hell of a day. Keep showing up. Yeah, get that left one, not the right one. Get that left one. Get that left one, dog. Hey, where were you at? Where'd you go, Swin?
Leighton Vander Esch's boat. Something Roberts.
Here? Out here?
Ray Roberts Lake.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I see you right there. Hey. I see you right there. It's like twins. Not. Start like at the 35, 38 going that way.
Work it in.
Work our way in.
Before we play a little bit further into this, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where do you guys place Schottenheimer with the energy? Now, this is before any wins or losses, and you learn more from your losses than your wins, quite frankly. But where do you guys feeling from him and his energy?
Keep the mic, yep, push to him.
Or what are you guys feeling from his energy?
Good. Under.
Yeah.
Dirty. There you go, good. 11.
Yeah.
Red zone. One guy's live, red zone. You'll be in the gun. Run! Stay up!
Don't that make y'all want to play some ball?
Stay up!
Don't y'all think that y'all want this? Come on with it. You know, we needed this in the last damn playoff game we was in, the Green Bay game. That one hand grab.
There you go, good. Here we go, real quick. Let's go, line, here we go. Defense, outstanding job, right? You guys had some plays out there, right? You're going to break it up. I love it, okay? Really good day. Now, can we come out here again and do it tomorrow, okay? I bet we can. I know we can, okay? Bam!
1, 2, 3, shot it, you know. So that report, y'all love the energy. Let me read up all what you guys are having here. Appreciate y'all so much for y'all support, and I thank y'all for y'all understanding. Dre Maddox says, Lil Schotty, yeah, I feel you. The Basement Boys, appreciate you, 8.5. Dwight Barrow says 8. Jason 305, 10. Okay. Scarecrow 11. He gave him a beyond a 10. Energy is 10. AB 916, the energy of 10. Everybody giving a 10 here. Williams Lewis a 10. Gina with the G a 10. Energy Ace Boogie 10. Tony 9.5. Y'all make me feel bad. You guys making me feel real bad right about now because I'm only giving him a 6.5, and I guess I need to elevate my levels right now. You know. Yes, indeed.
Ant Brown $916.5. Schotty Guna make our guys believers.
Appreciate you. You're going to make us believers indeed. And 916, not $916. Somebody be like, damn, man, Law doing it big, man. Somebody sent him $916. But I appreciate you, AI. AI Tisha, appreciate you. Carter with a 10. D&J Vlogs, give it 100. Appreciate you. And on top of that, this is the energy we need. You can enter a room and you can feel the energy of someone. They say be careful who you invite into your house because they carry energy, they carry spirits, they carry a lot of things. And sometimes, even if you invite them inside, when they leave, sometimes that energy, whether it is good or bad, it can stay, right? Yeah, so I think that Seabass is energy, rapport, chemistry, yes, indeed, camaraderie, all of that stuff. It does something. It gets you moving, man. It gets you grooving in your seat. And those are the things that we have to consider here, especially them doing the things that we normally don't see Cowboys doing. And this is him teaching these guys Greek stuff, right? And I ain't talking about Alpha or Omega or Kappa or Sigma. We talking about Greek, dancing and beyond. And these boys are pretty much there for each other. And those are the things that I love more than I like. And I think that when you are in the foxhole together and you in the low dial together, then you will fight for each other stronger and better. And that is what I'm saying. They're throwing plates at Milton. Now, we come from a poor background, so I wasn't used to this type of situation. If you throw some plates or some China plates around in our house, there's going to be BTA, But that custom right there, they're throwing plates out of celebratory, out of fun. And, for those who grew up with plastic plates and these things, man, you make a Frisbee out of it, but you definitely won't break them real plates because there'll be BTA all over you. But shout out to the Greek culture for Schotty introducing these guys to each other. They will remember this for the rest of their lives, right? They're going to forever remember Schotty. So do this translate into wins? I can't tell you it will or not. But it is a situation whereas we can all look back on and say, all right, cool. This team is operating differently. They are all working together and they are on the same page, whether it's a bar mitzvah or it's a somebody getting married, a birthday shower. Me and Josh Butler, he had a birthday, a baby shower, not birthday shower, baby shower, and we was invited out to it, and a few other players came out for that. So that's just for what it is. Darius Harris got married this past weekend, and we seeing Wanye, we seeing Ryan Flanoa, we seeing Buddy Johnson. We are also seeing Keemon Hall. Now, do y'all know who this guy is? I don't know who he is. He looked familiar, and I can't say that that's Jake Ferguson or Schoonmaker. Not saying that all of that complexions look the same, but what I'm getting at is that this is unity. These are guys that's willing to go beyond to be there in the same place at the same time. Yeah. It's hilarious. We can now look at Milton at every time and say, do a flip. Yeah, you do a flip. Yes, indeed. And Brandy says, hey, man, show love to Sigma Gamma Rose out there. Shout out to the Sigma Gamma Rose and the AKAs and who else I'm leaving out? The IOTAs. Appreciate all of the IOTAs, all three of y'all. And who else? Deltas. Shout out to the Deltas. My mom's a Delta. Appreciate all of the Deltas. JP. God dog, boy. JP states that I'm 6'3", 450 pounds. I will play nose tackle. Do you have a good get off though? Because at 450, do you play with high pad levels? You know what I'm saying? So 450, man, that is a situation. You're a big boy, but can you get off of your releases real quickly? And we needed you at 6'5", but you 6'3", so man, you're a rumbo pack around that mug, man. So, but we will need you though. We'll put you in a goal line stance. I would rather, if you 450, I wouldn't even use you on D-line. I wouldn't even use you at D-line. I would, when we get to goal line, I would put the ball in the belly of yours and tell you to lean forward, man. Just give us that extra yard, man. Yeah, I'll make you a fullback, a pulling guard or something like that, or I just say, hey, man, we're tushing the push with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? No pause, but pause. You get what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. We'll score every time. We would score, JP, we would score every time. At 450, I wouldn't want you to be on defense, though. That you'll be a strain. You'll be a strain on that. Speaking of that, the Cowboys. His boy says, up late thinking about the 2024 running back room. And he said the longest yard in 2024 was 27 yards. He said the 32nd, 6 total rushing touchdowns, meaning that we only had 6 rushing touchdowns. There have been multiple times when we had Emmett that he finished the game with 3 touchdowns, right? It's just crazy. But in the entirety of the season, we had 6 total rushing touchdowns, and then overall 27th with 1,705 total rushing yards, meaning that in 2014, we had one running back to finish with more yards than the entirety of the yards we did in last season with 27. I come here to ask you all that's watching and listening, in the hearts of hearts, the beautiful people that's watching, can y'all hit that like button? Can y'all share this content? Will we have more or less than the things that I just exhibited, that I just showed you guys? Will we have more or less? Y'all let me know, because at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, we need to get more. Will this run game be a whole lot better? Because you see the energy. There's no way on God's blue or green earth that you guys want to consider, because we got more blue than green, or green than blue, however you want to look at it. If you look at the energy of Schotty, there's no way he can have that energy and be on the losing end of it. Something got to give. Something got to give. We got to be better than what we exhibited there, especially when we start talking about the Cowboys in general, Cowboy Nation. And that's just for the reality of it. We got to be better than that. One of the things that I asked on the last Cowboys Collective, and if I can find it, which team that we have now would we be better in? Let me listen, see if I can pull this up. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me.
All this, though, on the fly, do you think that this team, just on paper right now, can beat the 2021 Cowboys team?
That's a good question. 21, they were really
on paper.
I would say it's all.
I'm gonna tell you, that's the best team. Are you saying that because you think that's the best team?
Right now.
I can make an argument for this team. Here's why, and then I want to get to my question. To me, the best team is the one that lost to the Packers.
23.
He said the best team is the one that lost to the Packers. My guy Action Powell says Dan Quinn had that energy too, though, Law. Now they cut from similar cloths but differently, right? They pulling the Pete Carroll thing, right? And for context, I think that what Dan Quinn did wasn't a horrid job. We not calling Dan Quinn a terrible coach. For context, we're not calling him a terrible coach. Now, he have certain principal flaws that he does, and that is his principal flaws are that he disregard stopping the run. That's just not in his DNA. On any team that he's been on, he's been having difficulty stopping the run in all of his visits, right? So can Dan Quinn give us a beat of confidence and still be a horrid coach as it relates to a certain scheme fits? That's a two things can be right type of situation. In 2021, we was one of those teams that looked at it and said, hey, we finally got a coach that been to the Super Bowl, that been successful as a coordinator, horrid as a head coach because of his lack of X, Y, and Z's. So now if he only focuses on head coaching, if he only focuses on defensive coordinator, maybe we can get a better team. And he got the most out of some skilled positions. And that was in 2021, 2022, 2023. My only gripe with Dan Quinn, and this is nothing to do with him personally, but this is everybody that's under the sound of my voice. It's called self-preservation. It's self-preservation. He knew he wasn't going to be back for 2024. His mindset was already set on getting another job. Remember, they never fired Dan Quinn. They never fired him. They allowed him to go peacefully. But if your mind is already set and you already know that you finna get something else, what would have benefited him for doing his best job on his way out? He already knew he was gone. That's how I'm looking at it. So when we say sabotage, it means just that. He didn't bring forth or put forth his best efforts. The energy that I'm telling you guys about, the energy I was telling you guys about, right hand to the man. I talked to people that played on that team, and they said to themselves the game plan was entirely different. And I'm going to use this as a movie reference. Then I'm going to translate back over to the main topic. This is all brought to you by my guy, Action Pal. Who remembered, and this is funny though, because some of y'all, you got to go all the way back to the 90s. Who remember Mighty Ducks? You know, I forgot his name, Coach Bombay, but Mighty Ducks was a situation whereas, let me see if I can pull this up. They got angry and upset at him because of the simple fact that they thought that they knew that he was going to take another job because he was only doing this in passing. But when it got down to the end, that they felt a certain type of way because he wanted to excel his career and they thought that he was going to leave. And he did, ultimately. You know, and it's a classical movie because it just bring home to anybody and everybody that if you got your coach who came in and changed your culture, right, gave you light, gave you spark, gave you the freedoms of playing good in a great way, right? And then all of a sudden, that same person that you looked up, that you really considered to be happy for, to be in love with as it relates to coaching, man, he just about the money, man. He's about to leave us. He ain't about us no more, man. He's all about X, Y, and Z. Those players felt the same way about Dan Quinn. Man, Quinn just finna leave us, man. He don't really care about us. He finna take the next job on the highs. They're gonna pay him a little bit more. Why even fight? Why even fight for it? Oh, let me give y'all another reference, man. Oh my God, boy! Since we talk about movies, Major Pain. Oh my God, this was a real good movie. Similar movie. Let me go to images. This guy, out of punishment, he had to whoop up on those little boys to teach them something. And all he wanted to do was to get back to war, get back to his troops. But he was forced to rattle these little kids and excel these little kids. And to make a longer story short, he said, do y'all really want, and I'm paraphrasing, jumping over to a whole nother subject matter, but he said in his movie, if y'all can go get that trophy out of that stands, then I would leave. Since y'all want me to leave so bad, if y'all can go get that trophy from that stands, I would leave now. You know what I'm saying? And he gave them the blueprint, the map out to go get that trophy. You got to watch the movie. Spoiler alert, right? You know? And to make a longer story short, he tipped off the other people about that they are about to come in to try to take the trophy, not earn the trophy. And when they got their ass whooped out there trying to take something that they didn't earn, they realized how close they were to getting that trophy, that they fought harder to win it naturally, to earn it. That's what coaching's supposed to be about. That's what motivation and leadership is supposed to be about. So it just for what it is. Hey, and they at the end they earned it, right? But do you want me to tell you about the little engine that could? It was says, choo choo. This is a real good movie. And he was in, do you have a problem? Yeah, but you got to earn the trophy, And the Cowboys, for the last 30 years, 30 seasons, Emmitt Smith talked about this on one of the podcasts. He said that some of the players are living off of the name and the fame of what we were able to build instead of earning their own. Now, one of the things that Schotty always talked about is that I'm not finna talk about what happened 30 seasons ago, 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm talking about now, and it's 1 year to the next year. And I'm going to come here to alleviate all of these things, and I'm going to make sure that we going to start over with a fresh sheet of paper. It's going to be my program, Yeah. Yes, indeed. So Major Pain is a real good movie, man. I encourage you guys to go out there and watch it if you haven't seen it yet, But I always use movies. I'm a movie buff, so I like to watch movies and stuff like that to tie in the storyline, right? Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you guys. Don't be a menace to the society. The message, yeah. And the message is, man, Cowboys, we all have a breaking point. Everybody in here got one. Regardless of the situation, everybody got a breaking point. Everybody's going to lose somebody that they love, right? And movies going to touch in and bring out some of the truths of things, right? And some people have those type of situations that's going on in their life. But the reality of it, life is just for what it is, a short story, but it's also a game. And if you're gaming, you already know what you need to utilize to have the best headsets possible. Let's listen to this.
Spartans!
Yo, if you're serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound. That crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. Switching device easy. You can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay, noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. No doubt, man. Let's get it, man. And shout out to everybody. Law man so cold-blooded with it, he only had a controller on and he's still playing the game. Sacrifice. But appreciate Turtle Beach, man. Headset wear, man. Be sure to Self 700, 1700. Be sure to check them out. No static. It's crystal clear HD sound for your mind, man. You can hear the footsteps. You can literally hear the footsteps when you play the game. But, man, shout out to everybody with the good eye, man, to say, hey, man, man, shoot, where the PS5s at, man? Shoot. What's going to happen first? The new Grand Theft Auto or Law getting the PS5? Which one is going to happen first, right? Because I think people are still waiting on the next Grand Theft Auto, right? The aliens and the shout out to the Grays, man, and the people are going to all be here before the next Grand Theft Auto. If another trailer come out saying Grand Theft Auto, they pushed it back, it's going to release in 2028. Who's going to win the Super Bowl first? Grand Theft Auto or the Cowboys? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to see Grand Theft Auto, the new one coming out, or are we going to see the Super Bowl first? Which one will it be, Cowboy Nation? Yes, indeed. Y'all let me know. Yes, you getting the PS5, Law? I don't know, man. We need to get... Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh. But we all have these things in life. Just to Grand Theft 6, best not. They pushing GTA 6. Oh my God! I see. Hold on. All right, so hear me out. Cowboys got 5 Super Bowl rings, right? So far, there are 5 grand GTAs, right? So what's going to happen here? GTA 6 is going to happen when we get our 6th Super Bowl ring. Come on with it, baby. Let's go.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Yes, indeed. And if you are an Xbox person, let me know which one is better, Xbox or PS5. Y'all let me know. Oops, 7. Then the Cowboys will finally get 6. No. We going to get our 6th ring, and then they're going to come out with the GTA 6. Come on. We're going to get our ring before GTA 6 come out. Yes, indeed. But before we open up the phone lines and everything, it's 12:32. Before we open the phone lines, I just want to say that this movie Straw, it came out, Tyler Perry, not the biggest of the Tyler Perry fan, but in 15 minutes, she lost her child, her car, her job, her house, and got a ticket. Life will humble you. This is from someone. And then Michael Parsons said, this movie broke me. Can't lie, it doesn't take much to give someone compassion. All she wanted to do was to cash that check of $521. We all been there. I know Mom been there. My mom, she realized raising 3 boys and having one on the way, being a school teacher, just wouldn't pay it off enough for us, man. So what she did was, while I was in the womb, she went back to nursing school, and she'd tell this story all the time. She would tell the story. The nursing teacher, while she was in nursing school, that's why she said, man, baby Lord, you gave me a whole bunch of pain. While she was in nursing school, she said that teacher was so notorious that teacher would write something on the board with one hand and have the eraser on the other hand and erase as she would write, and told her that don't you know that you can go back to being a school teacher because you are not doing great at being this nursing school thing, right? And she told my mom that it would be better, since you got these 3 kids and you got these 3 kids, it would be better for you to just go back to being a school teacher. But that wasn't her story. See, my mom always fought, and I think no was like her vitamin. When somebody told her no, that means she had to go, and harder at what she believed in. But ultimately, when I was born, right into like year 1 and year 2, she finally finished nursing school, right? And she managed to become a nurse for over 30 years, became a nursing director, the first nursing director in the state of Mississippi, especially down in Natchez. And she continued to fight. Now, not everybody get those breakthroughs. So listening into this movie, and not everybody have that social help too as well. Listening into this movie, we can all relate to moms doing crazy things for their offsprings or their little ones. And I know Father's Day weekend is coming around the way. Tyler Perry need to do a man version of this one, but have a different outcome at the end though. But what I'm getting at is that some of us blessed not to have those conditions as this lady in this movie daughter had, right? But at the end of the day, a woman, a lady, or a man and a father will go to the edge of the earth for their offspring or their kids so that they can have a better life. And all she wanted to do was cash that check for $521, and it didn't happen. And, of course, I don't want to tell y'all too much of the movie. But it touched a lot of people, heart, souls, and sinew in that particular situation. Cowboy Nation, all we want to do is cash this ring for 6, right? Yes, indeed. But if you watching, and if you watch this movie, and you saw, whereas that particular officer did a pit removal, right? On an unmarked car, right? Rammed into her, spun her around. Instead of getting angry about the tickets and angry about the situation, I'm going to tell you who you need to call. And this is right here. You need to call these people.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Into the right thing, that's 817 or 214, and all of the threes you can dial.
Call my phone, hit my line.
And when you dial Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, they will take great care of you, not advantages of you. Speaking of that, they've been here in the heart of Dallas over combined experiences over 100 years. If you combine all of their experiences together. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't dial that number and you in a jam, visit FrenkelFirm.com. They will assist you from there. So think Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, especially if you are in any type of accident. If it's at work, a slip and fall, call Frenkel. Visit FrenkelFirm.com. Now, with that being said, to call Law Nation, 657-390-7391 is my hotline for your mind. Appreciate everybody, man. Thank everybody for being part of these type of conversations. We're going to try to go live all the way up until 1 o'clock, so y'all keep that in mind. All right, we got Too Cool from the 910 you in.
Hey, Lo, what's good with you?
And all is well. I can't complain, bro. Talk to me.
Hey, man. So with the with Mazi Smith situation, a lot of people got to remember, man. When you look at Mazi got drafted, and since then he had multiple coordinators.
Right.
So he truly hasn't been with a coordinator for 2 years yet.
Right.
And when you look at the first offense coordinator, being defense coordinator he had, would it been
Quinn? Yeah.
Who can't stop the run. Then Quinn really, like, when I think about coaching, what was the focus when it comes to your defensive players? Was his focus linebackers, is his focus ends, or is his focus tackles or secondary?
Right.
His focus was never the one tech or the three tech. So you kind of put Mazi in the situation as a rookie to learn from a defense coordinator, but what was he truly learning? So, yeah. Like, I get what you're saying when you say that the Cowboys playing is slow, and it kind of makes sense. Like, I don't think we should rush into a one tech without giving Mazi the opportunity, because I think Mazi gonna have a great year this year. Just everything that Schotty doing, I feel like that's gonna pay dividends when it comes to his coaching ability and then the progression of Mazi.
Mm-hmm. You're right on the money, man. Shoot, you right on it, bro.
and another thing too. I guess when you're looking at a cornerback, man, I think I'm more of the mindset of, what am I rushing to get a big name, or like do I go out and get somebody like Douglas, that's not too big of a name, but that can come in and play certain positions and play certain roles when it comes to injuries. Because if we go out there and we get Alexander, or we go out there and we get Ramsey, people got to remember, man, they got to be paid. Right?
They do.
And then we have a young team. And our offensive lineman ain't been paid yet. Our defensive player, the number one defensive player, hasn't been paid yet. So then you're looking at Pickens. If Pickens go out and put up 1,200, 1,300 yards, that man gonna want to be paid. So we kind of gotta like be careful with all these big names we want them to go out there and get, and kind of let the rookies kind of do their thing, and let's see what Elam and all them boys can do that they brought in this offseason, though, man. So I really think it's gonna be a good year with the team they got now. And as far as what team would you pick? I'll put this team up against the 2016 Dallas Cowboys team. Hands down, this team wins.
Yeah, I think this team, if the weapons that we have is all sufficient, with Pickens and it was with Lamb, I think that this team ultimately, Too Cool, can beat the 2022s, 2023, and 2024s team. 2021 may give them a shot at it, but I think we can beat all three of those teams.
Man, it's my last thing in closing, Law, man. I think, again, like I said, man, a lot of people focusing on that run, man. But I really, really, really think, man, and people going to think I'm crazy, but I think Dak going to win MVP. I think Dak going to get almost 5,000 yards passing this year, man. Man, that's a when you think about the combination, man. When you look at Pickens out there with CD Lamb and CD snatching that ball out of one hand, and then Pickens got having those big hands.
Yeah,
man, this gonna be a scary team, man.
No doubt, man. I can't wait to see it, man. Thank you so much for calling in, Chief.
All right, no problem. Like, you have a good one.
You too, man. That's from the 9-10. Too cool. Yeah. If you look back at it, if you say to yourself, the Cowboys, with just system and philosophy and scheme fit, we should be a better team than what we were previous year. But to be fair to what John Machota said, you know, that 2023's team was pretty much phenomenal. Undefeated at the house until until we made it to the Super Bowl, until we made it to the into the playoff game, and we got our whooped against Green Bay. So it was crazy. But 5,000 rush passing yards is crazy. But I get what he's saying. I want Dak Prescott anywhere between 3,900 yards to 4,200 yards, you know, right in between that number there. I don't want him throwing the ball all over the field, but I think that based off of how we attacking with those two wide receivers, he's going to sling that rock, y'all. He's going to sling it around. All right, so I got the next caller from the 402. Fago, appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping in. You're part of the nation.
Hey, man. So on behalf of the stick committee, I just want to say we got the Kool-Aid on ice.
Yeah.
But right now we got a little something else from the kitchen just to keep everybody moving as we get ready for minicamp and all that. And there's all these moves, and we know what we need to do and what we can't do. And it sometimes, Law, it just feels like, well, it feels like Uncle Jones is telling me no. But Brian Schotty is telling us yes. Dally, we sure gonna hurt somebody. And there is something that we must confess to y'all. 'Cause we don't see nothing wrong with a little cowboy shine. We don't see nothing wrong. Now let's go. Now you know we still them boys. America's team, bring the noise. 'Cause we don't give a damn who they are.
Come on with it.
We represent the star. Stay decades down for silver and blue. 5 Lombardi trophies, cool, and now we on the road to 6. Run it up to the remix. 'Cause when it comes to DC, it's always for life, yeah. Ain't nobody scared of a little sacrifice. Oh, we don't see nothing wrong with a little cowboy shine. We don't see nothing wrong. Dally, we don't see nothing wrong. Now, Lord, got nothing but dogs from front to back. You got the ball, but we attack. This defense gonna eat you alive. Some of y'all ain't gonna survive. Might hang a shitty pity for the score. 'Cause we got that number 4. CDG, Pete, Bergen, Turpin, and the running game is humming. 'Cause when it comes to DC, it's always for life, yeah. Ain't nobody scared of a little sacrifice.
Let's go, man.
We don't see nothing wrong with a little cowboy shine. That's SHINE, and y'all already know what it is. Big love you, love everything
man.
you do. Came through with the energy for you, baby.
Come on
Love
with
you,
it, man. I needed this, man. Much love to you, man. That's my guy, Fago.
Hey,
Yeah. Oh, let me hear you say it, man. Hold on, Fago.
How
Let me
about
hit
them
you.
Cowboys?
How about them, baby? That's going to be my cut-up song of the day. I'm going to take the instrumental of R. Kelly, you know, and put it behind My guy Frenkel. And I'm going to help him out. I'm going to put some auto-tunes on it, you know, because that's how people sound in the studio. I'm going to put some auto-tunes to it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch that song. That song going platinum, baby, you know. I'm clipping that one for sure. For him to sit down and write that out, boy. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong, you know. And for those who don't understand, nobody's playing R. Kelly these days, you know.
Y'all killing me with this. I got
30 years. It's been 30 seasons.
Robert. 30 years of my career.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to kill me.
Y'all trying to kill me.
You killing me, man. This ain't not.
Hallelujah, $20. Not star. Kelly person face palming medium dark skin tone male sign rolling on the floor laughing fire he low key killed that though.
Y'all just don't know, man. Is this mental health month too? I know it's Pride, but you know, I ain't talking about, you know, but this is mental health month too, because y'all mentally helping out the nation. I ain't think I'll be laughing this much, man. If y'all were to rewind and go listen to what I was talking about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, man, it felt like the heavyweights, man. A feather could land on my shoulder and I'm cussing them out, you know. But, man, y'all got me laughing here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I don't give a dog how you sound. You can sound like Luther. You can sound like, my God, who just Sparkle. It doesn't matter, man. It's helping me out, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. All right, I got the hoodie, man. Was it for the 484 hoodie Kush, man? You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's the deal, I appreciate the energy, but dear God, I appreciate the energy. I do.
Yeah,
but what's the deal, y'all? This is Hoodie Kush, a.k.a. Hoodquavius Cushington. Dackos, shout out to you. I want to get a little heavy on you.
Go ahead. I
lost my mother in 2008. While I was in prison.
Wow.
She made the full transition from HIV to AIDS. And 6 months later in August of 2008, she passed. She lost her fight. It was especially tough for me. I was already closed in. I mean, shit, I was in prison. But I closed myself down more. But I had to understand that where I was and the way that I was feeling wasn't conducive to survival.
Right.
So I had to adapt. Sort of like how you are. You're adapting.
Yeah.
And you're finding the positivity anywhere you can. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, it still messes with me today. You know?
It does, man. Yeah.
It's been like 16, 17 years at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at a place in my life where I'm just trying to find the positivity in anything and everything. Putting it into my children, putting it into our Cowboys squad.
Yep.
And I gotta say, man, earlier I ain't never heard you cuss so much, bro.
Oh my God.
I ain't never heard you drop the F boy. Hurricane Law was on the phone.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But the members only can go back and rewind and watch it.
But the point is, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. So you are not alone, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't care if you just want to hit me up about nothing. I don't care. Hit me up, bro. We could talk.
Come on, sing the song. You're not alone.
Not going to do that. I am not going to do that.
Come on, Hoodquavius. Come on with it. Hit that Michael Jackson. You're not alone.
We're here to talk about the Cowboys, not sing about them.
Well, yeah, what you got for me, man?
On our Cowboys, the energy that's in the building, like the things that are going on. Do I want a big name? Everybody wants a big name.
That name.
You know what I'm saying? Do we need a big name? I don't think we do.
Yeah.
I don't think he is the issue. I don't think DT is the main issue when it comes to stopping the run. I believe it's the entire defense as a whole that was the problem with the stopping of the run, i.e. Dan Quinn. Okay. Even last year with Mike Zimmer, the fact that he was still implementing Dan Quinn's system, you know what I'm saying? I think that played a part in it. And it's the will to want to. We got hit hard on the edges last season. like in multiple games, and it was noticeable. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just on Mazi, but Mazi wasn't the biggest part, wasn't the biggest reason.
Right.
When we're talking about the energy in the building and how people are going about, raising a camaraderie of this team, a lot of people might poo-poo on it on the outside.
Right.
But if you're a fan and if you're a Cowboy, damn that. I'm not just a fan, I'm a Cowboy.
Right.
If you're a Cowboy and you got to see 3 Super Bowls and then you saw mediocrity for the next 30 years, you notice the difference. You notice the air changing. You notice it. I notice it. That's why I started doing content creation, like you, like Sky, and so many others. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to Sadiqa Charles for putting me more. You know what I'm saying? She is her. Anybody who subscribed, I appreciate you. I will do right by you. I will try to get you the best content I can. I'm not trying to be like anyone. I'm trying to be me. I don't want to regurgitate everything that everybody else says. I want to give you my perspective, my take.
Hold tight for me, man. I got a super chat. Got to hold tight for me. Hold tight.
Yeah, by all means.
Silos 2136, $19.99. My request is for Foggle next mashup to R. Kelly's and Keith Murray Home Alone studio microphone. Hands in the air, drinks everywhere. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
No doubt, man. And thank you so much, Silos, for the super chat. And also...
Hood Quavius is crazy for real law. That is funny.
AI talking about your name, Hood Quavius. But yeah, keep going, bro. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, Dak goes hit me with that joint like, yo, I love it. I'm keeping it.
Yeah, the Hood Quavius. Yeah.
When it comes to this team, man, we just have to have an open mind. We have to keep our expectations low because all you're going to be is disappointed when they don't match them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's just enjoy the ride, man. If you want to get off the bus, Dak said it. Get off, please. I beg you.
Yep.
Man, enjoy the ride. I have been for 43 years. I'll be 44 this October. So I'm going to continue this ride. You heard?
Yes,
but
indeed.
You already know what it is. You already know what it is, Law. It's your boy Hoodie Kush from the Basement Boys. Get at me, man. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Condolences out to your mom, too, man. And continue to move forward, pushing forward and pressing forward, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Always, man. I appreciate you. You heard?
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. There's Hood Quavius, man, from the Basement Boys, man. And that was a good call from him, man. We are fin to...
The conference has been locked.
It's been locked down, so we got 4 people in here. We're going to start with 928, then it's the 682, and then the 205. But let's go from the 928. Josh, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Yes, indeed, man. Everything is good up here. Yeah.
Hey, bro. I'm at work right now, so I'm going to make it quick, but I just wanted to tell you good night, bro, and I love you.
Oh, man.
I fucking love you, bro.
Hey, man. Appreciate you, man. You love me, man.
I'm Micah parsing that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
It was hilarious. Yes, indeed.
But, hey, I just want to give you props, man. Whatever happened earlier, bro, we're all human, dude. We all go through that. So if anybody is thinking otherwise, dude, you're full of shit. So,
facts.
But, peace for life, man. Shout out. Have a great day.
No doubt, Josh, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro, all the way from work. I mean, I wouldn't be Law if it was this. You know what I'm saying? This is not ESPN or Sports Illustrated or what? Who else? Fox or what have you. It's freedom. You know, I can cuss. I can pray for you. Or we can talk about when Marv called in the last time, MJ called in the last time, and he was talking about the Israelites and stuff like that. There's no topics that we can't cover, right, and get admonished over because I'm free. I'm a free independent, right? And it comes with the territory. We don't have the budget constraints like the ESPNs of the world. But y'all tap into me. Y'all know I'm real. Y'all know I'm a human being, you know. I cry, you know. They say a man ain't supposed to cry. I cry. I laugh. I want this team to win. And I get angry. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. And, you know, I get mad at certain things, man. Life hits you, you know. And by you guys telling me your stories, it helps me. It helps me because I'm sitting there like, hey, man, hey, G-O-D, hey, I'm calling you up now, hey, what's going on? Why you had to take my mom? Why you had to take all three in 1 year? I lost my grandmother, my uncle, and my mom back to back. I'm like, hey, what's going on? So I don't even say the prayer. Let me be more like you. No way. I don't pray for strength anymore like that. No way. Yeah, because he'll put you in a situation to utilize
$5.
that. Come on with it.
You have 5 mind more than it will be at the top of the hour.
Okay, yeah, I do have 5 more minutes. Okay, yeah, let me get Sadiq, let me know. Hey, you gotta get back to the fam now. All right, shoot, she right. Keep me on pathway. I got from the 682, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, well, how you doing, man?
Doing good, Nation, man. What's going on with you, man?
Shit, I'm just chilling. I'm at work, so it's gonna be quick.
Okay.
I was gonna give you a little Bible verse, but shit, I couldn't find it, and I know you short on time and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize for cussing.
No, you good. You good. Shit.
I apologize.
Peter cussed. Come on with it.
Real quick. So who are we gonna be on our rosters, like skill position wise? Because I'm hearing so much stuff. And from me listening around the internet from different YouTubers hearing different opinions, like in your opinion, like give me an idea who you think is going to be on the team, because I feel like we should go ahead and sign another veteran cornerback in DT. Now the 2 callers before, I agree with him about Mazi, but at the same time, Mazi hasn't had a veteran to teach him little tricks here and there,
Right.
He doesn't. He hasn't had one of those veterans, to show you little rope. You ever worked at a place where you go by the book, the supervisor would teach you stuff here and there, but that one person that been there for 10 years show you a little shortcut that's still by the book type shit, type of thing.
Hell yeah.
I feel like since our team is so young, especially in the corners and the defensive tackles and defensive ends, I feel like we need a veteran defensive player to teach them these little tricks here and there. That's why I feel like Alexander would be a good leader for these other, like Carsons and this new corner we just drafted. Same thing with Mazi and Jay and all this. You feel me?
Yeah.
But you have a great day, man. Just all I say is everybody's human.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for the Holy Spirit because I know the Holy Spirit got me, man.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I'm by far, I have really bad anger issues.
Yeah.
The only way I got better at it is by reading that book, bro.
Yeah.
So all I say is just read that book, man. You have a fantastic day, all right? Don't let nobody get in your fucking head. Cause at the end of the day, everybody not perfect, bro. Fuck them. That's how I think. I said fuck them,
fuck them. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Nation. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys, baby?
Yeah, about them, man. Shoot. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need God. God be like, well, shoot, they wouldn't even have to answer me. They wouldn't even have to cry out to me if everybody were perfect. The imperfections is what makes us good and unique. The fingerprint. People hold people in more conditions and constraints than God do, Shoot. Yes, indeed, man. Shoot. David did a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, he did a whole bunch of stuff, man. Was sleeping with, Uriah's wife and doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. Counting troops, and he told you not to count troops. Yeah, it was on one perfect guy, And we didn't get a chance to see everything he did, He lived only 33 years. And if you're older than 33, then let me know, Because probably if Christ were to live 35 or 38, maybe somebody would have snuck him. I don't know, but we don't know. We wasn't there at the time. So, man, it is for what it is. And when we start thinking perfect and perfections, man, we ain't built to be like that. There's no you learn more from your failures than your mistakes. There's no perfect. There's nobody perfect, man. Come on. Shoot. Don't y'all know that even when he got mad, anger, look, people think that you got to associate anger with the devil or anger with the enemy or people that's because I'm not religious at all. I'm very spiritual, right? But people like to associate a religious man shouldn't be anger. And as I read, it's slow to anger. And the person that people pray to and they say, thank God, Jesus, he got mad. The scripture contextualized that he got angry enough to go make a whip. So y'all thought that he was smiling when he was making the whip? Yeah, I'm going to whoop these. No, I bet you he was mumbling under his breath, these mother suckers in my house, in my father's house, turning it into a den of thieves. I'm gonna show them I'm going to give them, instead of BTA, I'm going to give them WTA. WTA, whip to ass. You know, I bet you he was cussing, especially the one with the rabbi hat. I'm going to whoop his. I bet you that whip right there, the whip that he made, they said that he went and made a whip. Go look up what it takes of all of the whips. So y'all thought he was smiling when he flipped the table over? Oh, let me flip the table over, you know. Shoot, he probably cussing them people out. Yeah, I know he was cussing. Yeah, I know he was cussing. Cause Peter cussed. Peter was cussing. Who you thought Peter learned how to cuss from? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, man. So yes, indeed. Yeah. And shoot, my mom right behind me. Shoot, she'll cuss you out and pray for you. LTA, it lashes to ass. Dre, man. Yeah. That's crazy as hell, man. WTA or LTA, all of it, man. But I'm glad that you guys got a chance to get me to laugh today. I got the 205, you're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's up, Long? What's happening? What's up, man?
Not much, man. You know, all is good.
Man, let me tell you something, Long. And I want to say good day to my Cowboy brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. What happened to you, what happened, Long, is what you done been through is seasons. Mm-hmm. See, you might have a season where nobody passed away. But then you had that one season, all your family members leave before you do. It's all about seasons, bro. Mm-hmm. It's what it is. It's seasons. When a baby is born, it comes into the world. Mm-hmm. That means another life is going out. That's the way it is. It's life. Mm-hmm. It's life. If they would have just did what the Almighty told them in the Garden of Eden, everybody would be alive. Yeah. But they couldn't do it because the ass had to do something different. And look what happened. Look what it caused. It caused heartache and pain, but we got to deal with it. It ain't a good contract, but we better go ahead and sign it before it starts to get void. I know that. Let me say this into the listening public. I don't care what the Cowboys got out there. I don't give a damn what they got on paper. The war is out there on that field. And if you don't produce on the field, it don't make no difference who you pick. Now, I got to say that I appreciate Jerry Jones sticking his foot out there and trying to do something. Well, he don't have a choice because I'm saying, how long before the Giants get good? How long before the Eagles get, and they already good, but even more better? You can't sit and wait no more, Jerry. Time is against you. So you got to try to do what you got to do to improve our team. See, I know that when the Cowboys lose, it hurt. It bothers me. It bothers me. But I'm more mature now. I can handle the losses a little bit more better. But let me just say this, and this is about life. When I was a little kid, we had one in my class. We went to school, preschool at a church, where they used to call him the booger boy. Where he always picking boogers. Where nobody wanted to play when he was out there crying. And I said, hey, man, why you crying? He said, nobody won't play with me. I said, I'll play with you, man. So we threw the football. And he said, thank you for playing with me. I said, you don't have to thank me, man. We all human beings. I'm going to play with you anyway because you're my friend. Then I got home and I told my mama about it. My mom said, well, son, you treat people the way you want to be treated. I said, you're right, Mom. She said, but what I want you to do now is go in that bathroom and wash your hands 150 times. Why? Because I don't want no booger on your hand before you eat dinner. This is what I'm talking about. This is life. So let me just say this in closing. Dak looked like he got a peace and a calm over himself. See, that's what the right woman will do for you. That's what good children, babies will do for you. They calm your spirit. And the next time somebody talk about you, Dak, you tell them this. Hearsay, it's nothing but hearsay, because the lie has the truth unless you believe it. That's all you got to do, baby. I'll talk to you later, Law.
No doubt. That's Uncle Charles, man. That's Uncle Charles, man.
Sacrifice.
Don't give
up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah.
What to say?
On you.
If you
win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Man, legend caller, man. He surprised me because I was like, from the 205, so that's a new number. But when he get to talk, I didn't want to stop him or interrupt him. I just wanted him to just go, because I know that when you get somebody wise, wisdom, and understanding of life, you just hush, you just listen. I can listen to Uncle Charles, man, for hours, man. And he's going to always give us some rudiments to life and wisdom and understanding with a story. And he speaks in parables, man. He speaks with storylines, man. Shoot, hey, he got a storyline with a roach. He got a storyline with that squirrel. He got the storyline with the mosquito. I mean, he got storylines. The man, Uncle Charles, man, should be writing a book, man. He should be giving away, putting the audio book now. Nobody's doing books now. Everybody doing audio books, So shout out to Uncle Charles, man. He's the GOAT, one of the GOATs in this space, calling in and giving us unbelievable storylines. I know he was going through some hardships last year, and I'm glad that everything pulled through. But every time he called in, is value in his stories and his messages. I got from the 214, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's up with it, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's Thursday How, bro. Your favorite content creators, chats, favorite Cowboy fan to hate on, because they say I'm a hater. But
what?
Besides, it's Thursday How, bro.
Yeah. I got you.
Besides,
hey, turn me down in the background. I'm hearing ventriloquist law.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Yeah.
All right. Before all this Cowboy stuff, I want to tell you, brother, you know what I'm saying? Say, man, we supposed to cry at death and laugh at birth. And one thing I want to tell you, bro, is all your people that done passed away, we got to understand, you know what I'm saying, and it's hard. Because I done had friends, family members pass away too, but we got to understand that they in a better place. Yeah. And they can't hurt no more by anything on this earth that can hurt them. They living a whole lot better now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's hard to understand that. It's totally hard to understand that. Because when you're sitting in it, you wondering why. But you got to also understand, man, can't nothing hurt them now no more, man. Nothing in this world can hurt them no more. They are in a better place. They are wrapped up in God's everlasting love, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see them again one day. And when you see them again one day, it's going to be glory. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from a man. I'm like you. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. But what I do understand is, again, we are going to show our loved ones again. So, man, you know what I'm saying? All that hurt and all that is totally understandable. But just keep in the back of your mind, man, that you're going to see them again and nothing can hurt them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing on this earth going to be able to hurt them, bro. And you gotta be if they were in pain before they passed away, or anything, you know what I'm saying, now you know that they ain't gotta go through that no more.
Facts.
I was gonna talk about the Cowboys, man, but I feel like I forget all the Cowboy stuff. I want to tell you that, bro.
Man, I appreciate that.
I done been through that, man. I got partners. I got the first time I ever dealt with death, I was in elementary school. My homeboy died in a car accident. We were kids. And I didn't, for the life of me, I didn't understand. And my mama had to tell me that same thing. Anything he was going through, he ain't hurt right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all that Cowboy stuff, I don't even want to talk about it. I just felt like I had to tell you that, brother. And I'm proud of you, bro, because through all this hurt that you going through, you still stood up and do what you had to do every day, bro. And I'm so proud of you for that, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate that, bro.
All right, man. I love you, dog. And you just keep up the good work, brother, man. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't just keep in mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't nothing hurt them no more, dog.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, man? Thursday How, man. Normally he comes in and give us a little heat on X, Y, and Z things, but I'm glad that he was able to come in and boy, we got unique callers, man, and I love that. And I appreciate y'all. We went a little over 11 minutes over, but it was necessary. I thank all of y'all for y'all support. y'all love and adulations. Not every episode I'll be able to do with this picture behind me. I'm gonna put it away, but I really thank y'all so much, man, for all that y'all do for the nation and beyond. There will be some more news out today. I was looking at something before we wrap up everything. I was looking at Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. They're working together. They doing some things together. Let me see if I can pull that clip up and get things moving and grooving here. Hold on for me, y'all. Yeah, Parsons. This is from Brandon Laurie. If you're not following him on Twitter or Instagram or any of those spaces, please go give this man a follow. He is the research king. No one is able to present better research than Brandon Laurie. He will find clips, and if you're a content creator and you're looking for something to talk about, clips and stuff like that, follow him. Read over his stuff and then just rehash what he's saying, and that's free game for y'all. But he was just pointing out the fact that both of these boys are working out. Trayvon Diggs, I love the one that everyone counts out. I love that. The one that people consider, oh, he's washed, or he's no longer good. He would never come back to his former self. I love that. I do, man, because that's how people looking at Trayvon Diggs. They counting him out, not understanding that football, as long as he rehabbing, he's trying to get back. It's not like he's smoking and drinking and partying, right? He's rehabbing, and y'all are able to criticize and critique that. I love that because he's going to come back stronger. And I love the aspect that people doubt him, and that should be more fuel to him, right? I was the one, the black sheep of the family, most likely not to succeed. I was, out of all of my brothers, I was held back. I was slow. I was so slow that I had to do kindergarten twice. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, right? So it challenged me in my life, and I'm not afraid, or I'm not too high and mighty to express that to you guys, that just because you are held back in life that you won't be successful. I stuttered when I talk. I was a C student. I was a DC student, right, up until I got into high school. But it was just one of those things, whereas I've had to learn a different way. My two older brothers, they were just naturally smart and gifted. They didn't have to study. So my mom, it was like a turn of about away when she had me, because I was the one that had to study. I was the run of the family too. So everybody else was big and tall. And here is little old Law right here. And that what made me unique. That's why I'm different. That's why I fight for everything, because all my life I had to fight, right? I didn't want to get teased growing up, because and that's why I'm not super religious now, but I'm giving y'all some backstory, right? It was one of those things, whereas when I was held back, I was so small anyway, it looked like I was in my right and proper grade, so people didn't really notice, right? So when I was held back, in school, I was in 1 grade, but when I went to church, they're like, hey, the Sunday school teacher said, hey, don't you belong in this class? I said, no, my age is, I belong in this class. And they're like, wait a minute, you was held back. Kids are cruel, right? But it is shaping and sharp me to the point, whereas I do not like to lose. I want to be right. But the need to be right is not my main thing, though, right? So it is shaping me to study. It's shaping me to be who I am now. And guess what? I surpassed everybody that teased and mocked and sullied and spit upon me growing up. And I made it my life mission to do those things. But when you make it to that end point and that end time, you realize the things that you were fighting for don't mean anything, right? But that's life. because I would rather have it now the way I am opposed to not having it the way if I was pushed into a situation, whereas I think that they got the No Child Left Behind Act now, that people really not getting held back, or social promotions and all of this stuff. But it encouraged me to fight harder. Somebody right now is watching this and saying, hey, me the same way, you know. So heavy is the crowd, because it built me to a point whereas I'm unstoppable in this space, right? I'm unstoppable in that space. And that was due to my failures, right? And that's life too, y'all. So that's how I look at it. So I look at, I'm always rooting for the underdog. I'm always rooting for those who kind of look down upon this particular individual and uplift them, as long as it marries their will and determination. If Andre Booth was out there with Parsons, running the hills, running the sands, saying that, hey, y'all counted me out, watch me next year, then I will have a change of a song or story with him. But I don't see anything, so I don't know. So that's how I'm looking at Andre Booth. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, yeah, yes, indeed. So it is for what it is, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you guys so much. And don't count out Trayvon Diggs, because those who pretty much sully and denigrating him, maybe it was necessary. Maybe he needed to read that and say, you know what? I'm going to get my act together, and I'm going to show you guys what I can do, all right? But here's my last statement on this. You don't have to prove nothing to anyone, right? Just improve you. Let your results showcase the real story, and that's what will happen. Yes, indeed. Andre or Andrew, tomato, I don't know, man. I'm from Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? I done already overcame a lot of stuff, you know? So, like I said, I used to stutter real bad. I was like that dude. Who remember Harlem Nights? That dude like, I can fight, you know what I'm saying? That was me back in the days, you know? That was me. That's how I used to talk. But now, you can't get me to hush. You can't get me to, hey, Law, can you stop talking? Yeah, you can't get me to do that. And it's always a glorious thing, man. I'm for real, y'all. But all jokes to the side, another reason, let me see, is, man, like I said, the research king is still kinging. He says another reason why Cowboys would make sense of getting Jair Alexander open spot on either outside or inside, as the Cowboys figure out their secondary, Diggs/Revel, are healthy. Cowboys play Green Bay week 4 in Dallas, revenge game. Yes, indeed. So when you look back at everything, I will say this, the champ. I would say this though. It wouldn't hurt, you know. It like bringing him in. It will not hurt, you know. It will not hurt bringing him in, especially since he's a free agent now. It's up to him though whether he want to go here or not, because he can go somewhere else. Shout out to the Angry Cowboys. Appreciate you, man. I see you in the chat, man. Congratulations on your 10,000 subscribers, man. That's a very let me see if I can find it. Here you go, right here. Y'all be sure, man, to check out the Angry Cowboy Fan. He's doing a great job in this space. And let's continue to grind and shine. Cowboy Nation, let's where was I? One more joke before we go. My guy Cooper Dijon says 88 days class in session, how to win a Super Bowl. And he got Dak Prescott. This AI is weird. It looked just like Dak too. And Daniel, they don't look like him, but unless I'm missing something, don't Jaden Daniels got like braids or something? But neither here nor there. That's them two. And it says how to win a Super Bowl. AI is crazy, right? And then my guy Ernie, the Cowboy fan, who's a diehard Cowboy fan. You can follow his channel for some crazy content stuff and content ideas, right? Free game. He says how to win a Super Bowl, and then he says step 1. He added it in. Let the team carry you if they can. Now, if y'all believe that Jalen Hurts would have won the Super Bowl with just by himself, then I got land on the moon for sale. Yep, I got land on the moon. I would knock it off 80% discount. Tickets for sale, $300,000. Just got to pay me in full. Just pay me in full, Cowboy Nation. Mama said that there will be times and moments similar to this. And even though her words were always soothing, just remember what I taught you. Be courteous to the ladies, right? Hold the door. Chivalry is not dead. Act like you've been here before. The rudiments of words, always dressed to impress. Remember, people will always remember how you made them feel. Remember that your southern charm is you. You're unique. You're a hard fighter, a hard worker. All of those things. Mom embodied. She told us. Always try to be the first one in the room, last one to leave. And when we used to get out of line, like I said, I'm the first guy to pledge Delta because she used to have the Delta paddle. And she would swing. I'm talking about swinging. Barry Bonds ain't got nothing on this mom right here. And then she was accurate. Woo! Joe Montana don't have her accuracy. No way. She would take anything that she can pick up to throw at you if you move. And she would throw that thing and it would curve and hit you. Yeah. She was so accurate with her throws that she knew where you was gonna move and she would throw it in that pathway and still connect. I'm for real. True story. Ask my brethren. She was accurate or deadly accurate. But she always instilled the fight mentality. Because that same teacher that told her, why don't you just be a school teacher? Nursing school is not for you. These three boys, and then of course Twin came a little later on, 4 years later. But these three boys that you have, why don't you go back to being a school teacher? You see, a lot of people will have their thoughts built for you. Someone's opinions of you, don't let them become your reality. And she was telling my mom that you're nothing but a DC student is not enough. But she told that lady, that school teacher, while she was in nursing school, I'm not finna see my way out of here. I'm going to be my way up out of here. And she definitely became that nurse. And we definitely grew up in a good situation for her doing it. She did. So when I told her about my channel and how passionate I am about doing this, but the algorithm and things are going crazy and the way I had to change up my channel, she said, well, baby, don't just keep yourself to YouTube. Get you a Facebook channel. I started Facebook that day. Get you that Gram Insta. Whatever that Gram thing that everybody is on. I said, Mama, it's Instagram. You know what I meant. And don't have me to throw this at you. Don't talk back to me. So I started my Instagram. What I'm getting at is when y'all see me on different platforms, you got to thank my mom. And I started Law Nation 2.0 too, by the way. She said you got to be determined. You got to be hungry for your ideals. And you always been that way, even from birth. Face grab. She did. But ladies and gentlemen, in departing, I got to say this quote because this was her favorite quote. That Les Brown. And she used to have these stack of CDs, motivation speaking CDs. Because even during her time frame, I know I'm long-winded with it, but just enjoy it if you can. And I know those who leave and just leave. But she used to do this Amway thing. And this Amway, they used to go door to door selling stuff and what have you. But every now and then, Amway was a pyramid scheme, by the way. But Amway used to have these motivational speakers to come in to give motivations to the people that's selling product. And one of the motivational people were Les Brown. And he gave her a gang of tapes and CDs. It was way back in the days. And she kept them in this car. And when I graduated from high school, went off to college or what have you, I used to always have those motivational CDs in the glove compartment from where my mom kept them in the car for some strange reason. So one day when I was broke, busted, and disgusted, not able to afford to live in an apartment, I was sleeping out of my car, I said, let me pop open this damn motivational CD, put it in, listen to it. And it was Les Brown. And Les Brown had this statement at the end of his motivational speak that I always echo. I always echo this. And he was talking about how hungry he is. And it pushed and propelled me to where I am now. It's a major thing. And I recited it. The first person I recited it to was my mom. I was stumbling over the words. I'm nervous a little bit. But I wanted to let her know that I'm going to continue to fight. And I'm going to say it to y'all one more time. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawny and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, guess what? You will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Love you, Mom. Let's get on up out of here. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. Where we at, baby? Peace. Roll those credits for your boy.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on with it, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
All I ask.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, yes, tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it on. I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, yes, tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it on.
And see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, baby. I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby.
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. When you check my dough, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then you call it Blue Magic.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronics, or even giving stand behind it, I guarantee bring your baskets. I want the baskets. Y'all start. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Oh my God! Who the
Giving is
hell
worship.
cares?
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people
What I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.